teaching apologies that actually heal. Let's be honest. Almost every parent has felt awkward in that moment, when our child hurts someone, and the adult world expects an instant say sorry. Maybe your heart has raced as you watched your child stubbornly stare at the ground, or mumble sorry in a way that feels about as meaningful as reciting the alphabet. In those moments, something deep inside can tighten with shame or panic. Maybe you wonder, am I raising a child who doesn't care about others? Or perhaps you remember your own childhood, when apologies felt forced, frightening, or even humiliating. What if I told you there's a better way, one that not only repairs the relationship but actually helps your child grow into a deeply empathetic, confident human? By the end of this video, you're going to understand why those forced apologies can backfire, how to spot the difference between a fake fix and true repair, and exactly how to guide your child through a heartfelt, healing apology that builds their brain, not just their manners. You'll walk away with a clear, simple, 3-part script you can use in real life. No shame, no power struggles, just genuine growth. If you're already nodding along and want to become the calm leader your child needs, take a moment now to like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and share in the comments how old your child is. I love hearing about your family. Let's take a moment and validate what you might be feeling. It can feel like the whole world is watching when your child grabs a toy at the park or shoves a sibling. There's this unbelievable pressure to get the right response to show you're a good parent by making your child apologize, sometimes even before they've really caught their breath. But here's what most people don't realize. A child who's in a distressed, dysregulated state literally cannot take in a lesson about caring for someone else. In those intense moments, their brain is still flooded by stress chemicals, their nervous system alarms are blaring, and empathy simply isn't online yet. This isn't because your child is a troublemaker. It's because their brain is still under construction. When you were growing up, maybe you heard, "Say sorry," and you knew you had no choice, so you muttered it, maybe resentfully, and just hoped it would make the adult happy. Sometimes those moments came with even more shame. Look at them. Are you even sorry? Or maybe you learned that apologizing was just a way to escape punishment, not a real repair. Many adults never got to experience an apology that truly healed. Now, as a parent, you have the extraordinary opportunity to give your child something most of us never had: a path to genuine repair, not just the performance of an apology. Let's talk a little science behind this. Apologies aren't just manners, they are moments where your child's developing brain learns about empathy, ownership, and belonging. In early childhood, the brain wires for social learning through serve and return, those back-and-forth interactions where emotions are named, validated, and navigated together. When we rush or force the fix, the brain records stress, not safety. But when you create emotional safety first, then slowly walk with your child through understanding what happened, the lesson sinks in much, much deeper. Emotional safety actually primes your child's brain to process mistakes and feel safe enough to try again. Emotional intelligence isn't inborn. It's built through moments just like this. Imagine a different kind of apology, a repair moment that doesn't just patch things up superficially, but helps your child see themselves as a good, growing human who's willing to learn. Picture your child, perhaps after a scuffle or a mean word, taking a breath, looking someone in the eye, and speaking from the heart. "I took your toy. That made you sad. Next time, I'll ask before grabbing." Now imagine what changes when your child isn't shamed into this, but actually guided into it with compassion, patience, and a little scripting from you. Here's the promise. When you guide apologies, not force them, you gift your child self-worth, resilience, and the knowledge that relationships can be repaired even after mistakes. These moments teach your child that their value isn't erased by a mess-up, but actually shines brighter when they make things right. It also models for them what it means to be accountable in life, not out of fear, but from an inner center of kindness and courage. So how do you actually guide your child through an apology that truly heals? Let's walk through this together. The first key is understanding why forced apologies don't work. When a child is put on the spot, maybe right after a heated conflict, their mind is focused on two things: the discomfort of the moment, and your approval. They quickly learn to perform a sorry to please adults, not because they actually understand or care about the other person's feelings. Worse, if the child feels ashamed or unsafe, their brain goes into survival mode. Fight, flight, or freeze, making true empathy and learning nearly impossible. Instead, think of an apology as a process, not an event, a chance to connect, regulate, and then repair. The goal isn't just to hear the word sorry, it's to support your child in feeling and naming what happened, understanding the impact, and making a plan for next time. Here's the 3-part repair script that actually works because it honors your child's development and emotional needs. First, help your child name what happened. Wait until everyone is calm, offer a warm presence, and say something like, "Let's talk about what happened." Invite your child to use their words. "I grabbed your shovel," or "I knocked your tower over." If they struggle, gently model the words. Second, guide your child to recognize the impact. This is not about blame or making them feel small. It's about building empathy step by step. You might say, when you grabbed the shovel, it looked like Jamie felt really sad. Or ask, how do you think Jamie felt when that happened? It's okay if your child can't fully answer. At first they're learning, and your job is to be their patient mirror for now. Third, support your child in coming up with a plan for next time. Ask, what could we do differently next time? Or what might help if you want a turn? Sometimes, next time I'll ask is all it takes. And if your child needs a little more support, offer some choices. Would you like to say something? Or maybe draw a picture? Or just stand with me while we check if Jamie is okay? Repair can look like words, a gentle gesture, or even a drawing. What matters is connection, not performance. This process works because it helps your child develop 3 life-changing skills: naming their actions honestly, seeing the feelings of others, and believing that mistakes don't make them unlovable. In the long run, these skills are the foundation of real empathy and healthy relationships. You're not just managing behavior, you're building your child's brain for a lifetime of belonging and kindness. I want to pause here and acknowledge how many of us were taught to apologize out of fear, not connection. If you've ever been made to apologize when your heart wasn't in it, you know how hollow that can feel, like your feelings didn't really matter. The powerful thing about guiding repair rather than forcing it is that your child learns, I can be loved even if I make a mistake. I can make things right and people still care about me. That's a lesson most adults had to learn the hard way, if at all. If this truth is hitting home for you, share in the comments. What's one moment of repair, big or small, that truly moved you or your child? When we share these stories, we help other parents feel less alone. And don't forget to subscribe, because Calm Roots Parenting is building a real community where parents support each other through the messy and the magical. Let's take a real-life example. Imagine your 4-year-old pushes at playgroup, another child cries, and the eyes of 2 adults land on you. Instead of rushing to say sorry, notice your child's body language. Are they tense? Withdrawn? Angry? Take a gentle breath yourself. Get low, connect with your child's eyes, and quietly say, I see you're upset. Let's have a quiet moment together. Once calm returns, walk through the 3 steps, help them say what happened in their own words. Notice the other child's feelings, and brainstorm what you can do to make things right. This can mean offering the toy back, checking if the other child is okay, or making a commitment for next time. Step by step, you are turning a moment of conflict into a lesson in empathy without shame. Over time, this becomes a family rhythm. Your child learns that mistakes are not disasters, but opportunities. Siblings can repair after fights with words, or even with loving rituals, like hugs or do-over games. As your kids get older, the conversations deepen, and your home becomes a place where everyone can be honest about their impact on each other. No more silent grudges or secret guilt. A wise parent once shared, when I stopped forcing sorry, my child actually started offering it sometimes before I even asked. That is the magic of true connection. When children feel safe, they lead with empathy. You create a family culture where repair is normal, shame is rare, and everyone feels they belong. If you're with me so far, Take a breath and recognize you're already breaking cycles. You're giving your child what many of us wished we'd received: apologies that heal, not just satisfy social expectations. I'd love to hear your stories. What's a repair moment that changed the mood in your family? Share it below and read through others' experiences. You're not alone. Here's my gentle challenge for you. The next time your child has a tough moment, a push, a snatch, or words that sting, pause. Let go of the script that says apologies must be instant. Instead, come alongside your child, connect first, and walk the 3 gentle steps of repair. Name what happened, recognize the impact, and imagine next time together. Watch what grows: not just better manners, but deeper connection and lifelong emotional strength. If you found even one helpful idea here, please like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and share in the comments one thing you will do differently the next time apologies come up in your family. And if you want to dive even deeper into everyday connection skills, check out our next video on handling sibling conflict without shame. It's the perfect companion for building a peaceful, emotionally wise home. Remember, you are not a bad parent for struggling with apologies, you just weren't shown a better way. Your courage to learn is the greatest gift you can give your child and yourself.